What's up, people? It's your boy, Chickstar in Effect. Let's talk about. Let me get some light in this motherfucker. Let's talk about Bad Neighbours. I thought it was a really good review. To be honest, really good review. That's what I'm doing. A really good film, to be honest. I was a bit skeptical going into it because I fucking hate Zac Efron. You know, you can see with this choice of film and his previous choice of film that he's trying to do the Channing Tatum route of you know, making that transition from a kind of a heartthrob to a comedic actor, and Channing Tatum was able to make that step over with 21 Jump Street a lot better than Zac Efron has managed to do. But you know, basically the premise of the film is about essentially a family, a young family who have just bought a house in a particular area. It's set up, and a frat house moves into it next to them. And Zac Efron is one of the frat leaders, along with what is that motherfucker's brother's name? I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, basically those two run it, and essentially the battle begins. Basically, it's a good film. You know, it's your typical kind of, you know, Seth is pretty much Seth in every single film he acts, and that's pretty much what he does here. But the film is very well written. I thought that Seth and that Aussie bird, Rose Byrne, have very good, surprisingly good understanding. I wouldn't necessarily say chemistry, but good understanding. They seem to have a good, they kind of know how to work with each other pretty well. And you know, it was a good film. It was what it was. I immensely enjoyed it. And I'd highly recommend it. It's a while ago since I saw the film, so I'm trying to extract bits in my head, but you know, it'll be in my DVD collection, and if you guys know anything about me and films, and that ain't even half of them. So you know, it was what it was. It was a good, very enjoyable film. My second review, because I'm going to try and do this back to back, is Amazing Spider-Man 2. They went big and bold with this one. I'm not going to lie to you. They went big and bold, and they clearly thought, fuck it, we're just going to go in, we're going to go ham. I actually thought that was the problem with this film. I think, first of all, they had 3 ideas, 3 avenues they wanted to go down with this film. And they thought, fuck it, let's just jumble up all of them. You know, in this film, you have the story of Peter and Emma Stone's character. Oh gosh, you know I'm tired. Can't remember this fucking thing. You got Peter and Emma Stone's character, who are clearly having this relationship trouble based on the fact that Peter is still thinking about the promise that he made to her now dead dad. Then you've got the story of Peter and him trying to find the truth about his dad, and you've got that story. You've got the story between Harry and Peter, and Harry trying to find out, you know, medicine for him, and he's trying to battle his genetic disease, and you've got that. You've got Jamie Foxx's fucking story, where Jamie Foxx is a loner, and he had an accident that made him Electro, and now his battle was to try and take over New York with his electric powers, and you've got that fucking story. You've got so many interweaving fucking stories in this. It's incredible. I don't understand how they did it, and it wasn't as much of a clusterfuck as I'm describing it to be. But there's so much going on here. Like, one minute you're in one part of the storyline, the next minute you're in the next part of the storyline. It's just like, fuck me. You didn't need all of this. I think they lost the essence of the first film, in my opinion. I think the first film, the budget was a bit lower, was a bit more, when you, every kind of superhero reboot since The Dark Knight has to go through that Dark Knight treatment, in my opinion. Not even the Batman Begins treatment, where they kind of just strip everything back and then add little bits here and there, With Amazing Spider-Man 1, they stripped everything back, and that film, in my opinion, was a very, very good B+ film. This one was a B- film for me. I thought, because of the amount of things that were happening in this film, it was very difficult to keep up. I still think that Andrew Garfield plays a brilliant Peter. Emma Stone and him, their chemistry is amazing, and it shines through on camera. It's an amazing chemistry that they have. But for me, I just thought there was too much going on. I didn't like the fact that, spoiler alert, I didn't like the fact that Electro was second fiddle to Green Goblin. I didn't like that at all. There was just elements of this film that I just didn't like. So I would give it a B-. The last film I'm going to talk about, because there's a fourth film I'm going to talk about that I saw last night, and I'm going to give it its own video because I loved it so much. But the third film I'm going to talk about is the X-Men film. I thought this film was good, but again there was a lot going on, and again it had what I can only call the Spider-Man 2 treatment. What I loved about X-Men First Class was, again, it stripped every fucking thing back. Everything back. Until you were left with Kevin Bacon, James McAvoy, and Michael Fassbender. Those were your three main guys in that last film. And then obviously you had your little add-ons, Minimum amount of money spent, perfect. This film did the exact same thing as Spider-Man 2 did. They just threw fucking money at it. And the problem when you throw money at something sometimes, it appears over the top. They had everybody in it. Everybody. They had fucking Professor X, Wolverine, Magneto, Storm, Jean, Cyclops. And that's from the old fucking film. I ain't even got into the new class yet. Fuck me, I couldn't believe it. They had Mystique and well, basically the film revolves around Mystique's character, and essentially Wolverine has been sent from the future back in time to stop something that Mystique does to cause these big metal robot type things to basically wipe out all life on Earth. And her actions are going to cause this. Right? They're going to wipe out mutants, humans, everything. So his assignment has to basically be transported back in order to stop this. You know, I thought the plot was alright. I was expecting more because I love First Class so much. I'm not sure it delivered all the way. Similar to Spider-Man, I think it delivered on a lot of parts. There were a lot of good parts. You know, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Basically, no one else can ever play Wolverine. It's as simple as that. He does his job well in Wolverine and does what he needs to do. You don't need to go straight too much out of the box when you play Wolverine. You know, I thought, considering the amount of characters that it had in it, it was written well. I thought the plot was actually quite strong. disagreed with the plot. I thought the plot was strong for what it was. I just disagreed with the direction it went. And that's my problem with this film. So this is why I'll also grade it a B-. I thought it was a good film. Will I watch it again? Yes. Will I own it on DVD? Yes. It was a good film, but I won't be in a hurry to watch it in the cinema again. That's what a B- represents. It's a good film. I ain't trying to watch it in the cinema again. I'll get it on DVD, but I ain't rushing out to watch it again. Alright, some movie reviews for your ass. I hope you liked them. Stay tuned for my 4th movie review. It's going to be dedicated to its own video because of how much I liked it. It's fresh in the memory, so I'll be able to give a full rundown of it. But take care. Peace.